Hey, my guys, welcome to episode 15. This is Pete here. I'm here with my buddy Joe. What's up, Joe?
Hey Pete, how you doing, man?
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
Good.
Just living the dream. How are you?
I'm all right. Could be a little better. Unfortunate news last night in the Magic community. Kai Budde finally succumbed to cancer. It's just a crappy feeling, you know. Um, for me, I got into Magic in the early 2000s, and that's when he was literally dominating the game. You know,
Yeah.
I think we talked about John Finkel quite a bit because he was an American, but when I was a new player to the game, I barely knew about Grand Prix or Pro Tours, right? So when people talked about who the GOAT was then, it was like unquestionably Kai Budde.
Absolutely.
So Kai has the most PT wins in Magic history. He has 7 Pro Tour wins, 2 of which are team wins, and 5 wins in 2 years, which is pretty insane.
Yeah.
He also has 7 Grand Prix wins, 15 top eights. Most of his dominance came between like 1998 and 2004. He had a couple more top finishes in 2010 and 2011, and then most recently in 2023 and 2024. So he top eighted PT Barcelona
Yeah, you
for
were
Lord of
there.
the
Yeah.
Rings, and I was there for that. Yeah, and then he top eighted Worlds in 2024. Um, he won an invitational back in the day and had the card Void Mage Prodigy printed in his likeness. And so Void Mage Prodigy is from Onslaught Block when the morph mechanic was created. So it's 2 blue, so blue for 2/1 wizard, and it has 2 blue, sacrifice a wizard, counter target spell. And then it has morph, and you can flip it up for 1 blue. So I'm going to post a link to Wizards page, remembering Kai Budde. Um, there's a video in there where they announce their renaming of the Pro Tour Player of the Year award, the Kai Budde Player of the Year award. It's a video from last year, right? Sometime last year.
Yeah. Yeah, the video is very. Be prepared to cry
Yeah,
if you watch it.
yeah,
If you haven't seen it, or if you watch it again.
yeah. So Pete and I actually discussed. We both watched that video live for whatever Pro Tour that was.
I can't remember.
Yeah, we just happened to both be watching it live. We weren't together, but and yeah, it was not
Yeah.
not not yeah. So I was thinking, like, I watched the first 30 seconds of that video again today, and I was like, don't feel like crying this morning. So it is a tearjerker. So just be prepared for
Yeah.
that.
Don't
So
forget what an honor that is, right? He was a 4-time Player of the Year, and then to have the Player of the Year award named after him, and
yeah,
announced his diagnosis, and
yeah, and I guess you know you would we see him in Barcelona. It's like, all right, he's playing Magic. You don't really know how ill someone is, so um, yeah, it sucks.
yep,
So
gone too soon.
for sure, yeah. 46,
Yeah,
right? He's 2 years younger than you.
yeah,
So yeah, I don't know. I was having this conversation about just life and existing and kind of like fearing death, and I was talking to Mike about it yesterday on our drive, and he's like, I don't really worry about stuff like that. He's like, I kind of just, he what did he say? He said he gave me the football coach speech. You only can control what you can control, but the reality is that we're all headed to the end at some point, right? No one's getting out of here alive. That's what my dad would always say. None of us are getting out
oh
of
for
here
sure. I was
alive.
telling the kids at work that yesterday,
Yeah. And I think
and one of them told me they're not going to die because they're built different. But
yeah, I mean,
like, good luck with that.
I don't know. Like I didn't I think the first time I really thought about death, I was probably in Iraq and was like, And I think that was the first time I was really like, well, there's not really much you can do about it. Like, if you're gonna get blown up, you're gonna get blown up. If you know what I mean, whatever is gonna happen.
Yeah, you were probably
And
close to death.
this morning before you got here, I don't know. I'm sorry if this is getting too morbid, but um, part of me thinks that I don't know, just like it just sucks. You know, it just sucks. It's like I don't want to get too
Yeah,
too deep into it. Like the crazy thoughts I was having this morning.
This is all temporary. Enjoy the ride.
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Good way to say it. So yeah, rest in peace, Kai. Just a blow to the Magic community. You know, reach out to somebody if you're struggling about it. It just sucks. So, so for the rest of the episode today, we're gonna just talk about upcoming events. We're gonna recap the Portland Regional Championship, and then we're gonna talk about Pro Tour Richmond. So Pete, take it away with upcoming events, sir.
Okay, upcoming events. Oh, we have Pro Tour Richmond starting today.
Oh, baby.
Next weekend is Magic Spotlight Eclipse, Lorwyn Eclipse Limited in Toronto, February 6th through the 8th. And then February 20th, we have Regional Championship Milwaukee.
We'll
be going. Yep. You're going to win it, hopefully. And then shortly after that, March 6th through 8th, Magic Spotlight Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Standard Constructed in Richmond, Virginia.
Pete is so excited about the Ninja Turtles. He's gonna...
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be the best-selling set of all time, I think.
No, you think?
You see those pizza lands?
I haven't. All right, I'll have to take a look. So yeah, so before we forget, so Portland, one of the homies, top 32 and qualified for the Pro Tour. I'm pretty sure for the first time. Mr. Wapa Hamada.
Congratulations.
Yeah, on airbending. I think he got like 29th or something like that, or 28 or something. So yeah, congratulations to him. And then shout out to a few of the boys playing Pro Tour Richmond. Victor Cochran, Damian Dooling, and Ivan Espinoza. Good luck, gentlemen.
Good luck, my guys.
Hopefully you guys kill it. Would love to see you, top 8 win it all, but re-queue would be great. Victor was like, I'm just there to try and enjoy the experience. And I think that's the best attitude to have, right? Like,
yeah, especially your first time, right?
Yeah, just have fun.
Or even no matter what time.
Yeah, anytime.
I'm just trying to have fun.
Yeah, for sure. All right, so
I do that, right? Set expectations for myself and then don't hit them and then I'm bummed, right? So it's better to not have any.
Yeah. No, for sure. I think that's the easy way to say it, but so for regional championship Portland, we're just going to talk about day 1, day 2 meta breakdown and kind of how things converted, top 32 breakdown. Again, if you want to follow along with this discussion, we have a link in the show notes that will take you to Dropbox, and there's a spreadsheet in there, and it has a million Microsoft Excel tabs. So if you go to the most recent tab on the far right side at the bottom of the window, you'll be able to see the most recent data and graphics that we're going to be talking to this week. So we've got day 1 and day 2, the metagame breakdown for the Portland, and then we have like a conversion table and top 32 breakdown. And when we talk about the conversion numbers, what I'm talking about is a deck's metagame share ratio from day 1 to day 2, and then top 32 to day 2. And because obviously if you have a certain number of decks in day 1 and then that meta share increases into day 2, the obvious situation is that the deck is winning, it's doing well, and a number of those decks are converting into great day 2. So a ratio greater than 1 means that more of those decks are converting into day 2. And then a similar philosophy for a day 2 ratio to top 32 ratio.
Right.
And it's just based on the percentages. I also included Optimus Tom's uh, win percentage matrix. We broke down that data on Reddit, and I pulled those links and slapped the table in here so you can take a look at that. And then we also have the day 1 constructed metagame breakdown for Richmond. But so to start off, we're going to talk about Portland. So day 1, anything shock you about the metagame, Pete?
No. No, I figured that would be lessons and Simic at the top, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I think the biggest change was Jeskai control and Bant airbending both increased in metagame percentage, and I think that's because they're 3-color decks that picked up 2 more shock lands in their color pie that the thought was made them a little bit more consistent.
Yeah, Van Airbending's mana was pretty atrocious
Yeah.
before Lorwyn.
Right. And Bant Airbending in particular is the deck whose meta share increased the most, I think. And as we'll talk about throughout the podcast, had a pretty significant performance this weekend, or this past weekend. So uh, is it lessons 16.2%, Simic Boroid 15%, Jeskai Control, Saltai Reanimator, Bant Airbending, Demir Mid in between 6 and 8.5%.
Let's go.
Yeah, Mono Red Aggro, Selesnya Landfall, Boros Aggro 2 to 4%, and then Azorius Control, Mono Green Landfall, Golgari Ouroboros, Saltai Elementals, Golgari Mid, Is It Looting, all in between 1 and 2%, making up 80% of the day 1 meta. Those were the top decks. And then there was 21% of decks that fell into the other category. So I think it was not a lot of change from the Atlanta Spotlight, but a decent amount, considering the significant increase in Jeskai Control and Bant Airbending.
Yeah. And Sultai Reanimator had an uptick also, or
It was pretty. I want to say it was about. Let's look. Here's the Atlanta data. So I guess it did.
Day one.
Oh, day 1. Yeah. So Saltai Reanimator was 5% of day 1 in Atlanta, and it was 8% here. Whereas, I think Bant Airbending was the one that. Yeah, it's not even. Yeah, it was 2% of day 2 in Atlanta, and I obviously won Atlanta, so I think that was another reason why it shot up. But so then day 2, is it lessons Jeskai Control, Boros Aggro, Azorius Control, and the other decks lost about 20 to 30% of their meta share. So all of those went down. Why do you think Is It Lessons dropped off? You think people are just have kind of finally figured out how to play against it?
Yeah, at Worlds it was pretty much a
New
unknown
breakout
entity,
Yeah.
so now everybody knows how to play against it. Also, I heard people saying that most of the Is It Lessons players in Portland cut Storm Chaser's talent.
Yeah, why did they do? What was the logic behind that?
And you and me talk, right? When you face Lessons, there's 2 cards you need to answer: is Monument and Talent.
Yeah.
If they cut Talent, you only need to worry about answering 1 card.
Yeah, so maybe that was why it did so much worse. I'm gonna actually pull up the list.
Do we have numbers on how many of them were off Talent?
So this is.
They're on Talent.
Are they? Oh yeah. So we're just taking a look at the top Is It Lessons decks in top 32. So Nick Ostrode had it. This guy didn't though. So Rafael Marin, who made 22nd place at 11.31.
Yeah, so he queued without Talent.
Yeah. But then this Is It Lessons player, yeah, 11.31 as well. And then there was one more, I want to say, yeah. Aylin Davis. It looks like she was not running talent.
Yeah,
Oh no, she
has it
was
also.
had Storm Chaser's talent.
All right, so
So I
that
don't know.
theory's out the window.
Yeah, but I did hear people talking about that. So, but like one of the people in top 32 on Is It Lessons wasn't playing Storm Chaser's talent, which to me is crazy. So let's just see what he did to change his list. So what is he playing instead? Looks like he's playing a main deck Soul Guide Lantern, which I can get behind.
2 Spell Snares.
And 2 Spell Snares.
3 Steps Ahead and a Burst Lightning.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Spell Snare is really good in the mirror because it counters pretty much everything of relevance, except for Monument. I don't know. I think it's a bad idea, right? Would you agree?
Oh, 100% agree.
Yeah, I don't think we have much more to talk about other than to say that, though. I certainly don't have sufficient reps against the deck, but I mean, if you're taking out one of your 2 ways to kill your opponent, like, yeah, but is he? Oh, he must have cut some Boomerang basics, right? If he's not playing,
none. Right?
Oh yeah, no Boomerang basics. So Raphael's list cut Boomerang basics and Storm Chaser's talent. So just playing more interaction. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Boomerang basics is kind of cracked, right? Especially with Storm Chaser's talent. So, but yeah. So Is It Lessons probably had the worst drop from day 1 to day 2. I don't know who was selling that snake oil to cut Storm Chaser's talent and Boomerang basics, but
I saw it all over Twitter. But who knows who started that?
Yeah. And then Simic Ouroboros, Mono Red Aggro, Demir Mid, and Is It Looting, Sultai Reanimator all had a pretty consistent 1-to-1 conversion from day 1 to day 2. Sultai Reanimator saw a 20% increase, which is a little bit above. Silesian Landfall, 20% increase, but nothing too crazy. So the 2 decks with the best conversions day 1 to day 2 that had a substantial amount of play was Ban Airbending. So it saw its meta share essentially doubled, and Mono Green Landfall. So Ban Airbending on day 1 was about 7%, day 2 was a little over 13%. And Mono Green Landfall 1.6% day 1, 3.3% day 2. So again, it a little more than doubled its meta share. Golgari or Boroid also had about a 50% increase, pretty solid performance there. And then Bant Omniscience and Teamer Lessons were not even on the day 1 meta chart, but they made the day 2 meta chart. I did not go and dig into the details on the counts for those decks to figure out what their meta share was on day 1. I probably could do that before I post the data, but so I have a 3 from day 2 to day 1. That's probably not accurate, but it's probably in the vicinity of a 2 to 3 increase from day 1 to day 2. So
right, if you dig into the other, there's maybe 1 or 2 copies of each one, right?
So, exactly. So yeah, only 900 players at this RC, whereas I feel like for a good amount of time we were consistently between like 11 and 1,300 players.
Yeah, I think this is.
And I don't know if it's
smallest to date.
Yeah, I think so. Like this is the size of a spotlight, basically.
Well, I know a lot of people skipped it, right, and opted to go to Milwaukee because of the short window between release and the event, right? Because
for sure
it released online on Tuesday.
Yeah,
and the RC was Saturday.
Yeah, so getting cards, figuring out what the standard metagame is going to look like. The fact that Portland is tucked into the northwest corner of the United States probably made travel tenuous for a lot of people on the East Coast. It certainly factored into my decision. Like a 5-hour flight to Portland, I was not hyped about that. And it's the same, some of our homies on the West Coast are never really excited about
to come over
flying all the way to whatever, Orlando, Richmond, etc. So top 32. Is It Lessons made up about 10%, 9.5% of the top 32. Simic Ouroboros, 7 decks in top 32, about 22%. Jeskai Control, 2 decks in top 32. Actually, I only think it was 1. I think that, or no, there was 2. Excuse me. And then 12.5%, 4 Sultai Reanimator decks made it into the top 32. But Bant Airbending just like continued to convert from day 1 to day 2, the top 32. The deck, just very strong performance.
Yeah, remember there was a lot of talk before Worlds as it being the best deck, and everybody was scared of it.
Yeah,
You picked it to win.
yeah, and obviously the mana base restricted it. I mean, Javier Dominguez
Yeah,
played it at Worlds, so
yeah, the deck was good then, and now it's just
yeah,
a million times better.
well, because of the mana base. Yeah. Um, yeah, Mike and I were talking a lot about Torpor Orb and its importance in the format now, especially with this. Is it Elementals or the Elementals list
Yeah.
coming out? Um, Something to consider. Do you want Torpor Orb in your board based on what you're playing? Um, Shuts off Badger. Well, it doesn't shut off Badger Cub, but it stops them from getting a Earthbend trigger, and it's obviously just Airbending can't do anything unless they deal with Torpor Orb.
Yeah, and they have to have non-creature based answers.
And they don't have it. Like they probably just lose. Like the chances that they can kill you with their creatures alone is probably not very good. There's none that seem extremely powerful.
Well, I think the card is necessary, right? So necessary right now that decks that it shuts your own deck off are playing it at the Pro Tour in their side.
Oh, really?
I saw some Reanimator lists running Torpor Orb in the side.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Victor sent us his list that had Torpor Orb in it.
Yeah.
And he was playing like
Elementals, yeah.
And I was like, bro, why are you playing Torpor Orb? You're gonna shut off your own stuff. He's like, yeah, you gotta have a way to deal with Bant. So
yeah.
So we'll talk a little bit more about how that's gonna shake out. Omniscience put 2 in the top 32. And again, we kind of talked about this last episode, Formidable Speaker, right? If you look at these decks, Simic Ouroboros playing Formidable Speaker, Airbending probably playing. Most of those lists are playing some number.
You mean Simic Cub, right?
Simic Cub, yeah, no more Ouroboros, right?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a lot of these lists were playing at least 3. You won't see Bant Rhythm on this list. I just lumped it in with Simic Ouroboros, so apologies. It's its own, meta share in the Richmond metagame breakdown, but I didn't break it out here, so good point.
Yeah, this Ouroboros blasphemy.
But yeah. I mean,
this is Cub Winter. Come
yeah,
on.
Cub Winter indeed, dude. It's too good. It will probably be banned. So yeah, let's talk about that. So Simic Ouroboros, 7, Bant Airbending, 7 and 7's 14. The landfall decks are playing Cub, right?
They have to be, yeah.
Yeah, so that's another 3 is 17. Yeah, so I guess 17 of the top 30. So more than 50% of the top 32 decks had Badger Mole Cub.
Yeah, card's good.
Yeah.
Who knew?
Right. Right. But then Formidable Speaker we talked about. So basically, Sultai Reanimator, Bant Airbending, Simic Ouroboros. So that's 18. I guess that's really. Oh, and Bant Omniscience playing Formidable Speaker too.
Yeah.
Right, to go get Kona. So that's 20 of the top 32 decks were either playing Formidable Speaker or, some of the best performing versions were playing Formidable Speaker. I know some lists were only running like 1 or 2.
Right. No, I like that card.
I mean, I think in Bant Omniscience it's a 4 of for sure because the function of your deck is based on comboing
I
off
think
of
it should
one
be a
card.
4 of in Reanimator too.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it is for
Yeah.
Reanimator because it allows you to discard a big dumb guy.
Yeah, and you go search up your Spider-Man,
which is the exact kind of thing.
and then it just helps ramp in the Cub
Other
decks.
decks, yeah, I can see it being not as many in like the Ouroboros Bant Rhythm decks. Basically, the Nature's Rhythm decks. Like I don't because you have 4 Nature's Rhythm.
Right.
How many more cards do you need to like suffice your toolkit, right? Like it's probably not. But in Bant Airbending, Formidable Speakers like copies 5 through 8 of your whatever other piece of the combo you need, whether it's an Appa, whether it's a
Right.
dock, whether it's a. So I would be playing, if I was playing Omniscience, Saltar Reanimator, or Bant Airbending, I would be playing 4 Formidable Speaker, right?
Yeah.
I feel like you have to.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I think, we obviously when we recorded last week, we had the benefit of having observed most of day one, right? Because we recorded Saturday night.
Yep.
Um, so I don't think there's any real surprises with that. Um, yeah, I mean, so in the other category, there were 3 decks that were not included in either of the meta charts or the graph charts that Star City Games put out, and they were Boros Dragons in 7th, Jeskai Midrange, Amy James in 16th place. It was a joy watching her play, and then Is It Elementals in 29th place. And that was Jake Koenig. So I was rooting for that deck. I bought a bunch of the cards. We can see here I've started to get some of those in. Excited to sleeve that up. And then going into the PT, right? We were hearing from Victor kind of talking about how they were trying to put this together. And even going into Portland, we talked about how the scam package with Undying Malice and Not Dead After All reanimating these elementals and potentially playing Springleaf Drum
to do it on as early as turn 2.
Yeah. And then Pete and I don't know, I've probably had the same conversation with Pete 3 times this week how to improve um, elementals list. And I think the first thing I said was cut the 2 Springleaf Drums, play a 25th land, and add the 4th Deceit.
Yeah.
And that was one of the first things that Jake Koenig said in his write-up that you sent me.
Yeah.
So, and then I've seen a lot of people trimming Ashling's Command.
Yeah, 4 is too many.
I think 4 is too, because it's a 5 mana, right? I think if you could play.
It's a turn 3 play with Flame Raider.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, what somebody posted, what's the difference between these 2 pictures? And there is no difference in a picture. It's a picture of Badger Mocub and Flame Raider.
Yeah, I think that was Mason.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
it was the Office meme.
Yeah. So, yeah, I think that card's just great. Like a 2 mana creature that makes 2 mana for everything you want to do is very good.
Yeah.
But again, Ashling's Command is a little bit clunky, I think. I think 1 less Thunderflock is probably acceptable.
So you'd be on 3.
Yeah, and I'd put the other one on the board because it's very good against Simic. I mean, I could even see, looking at the Pro Tour meta, I could see you playing 4 main just because, it's going to do work against 50% of the field. So, and it is a 5/5 flyer after all. Like,
yeah. Yeah, even if they Spider Sense the trigger, you still have a 5/5 flyer.
Right.
And whatever 6/6 or 5/5 that you had on the board to cast that for.
Yeah.
3 or 4 anyway.
Yeah. So. And I think what they're doing is they're just kind of trimming some of the clunky stuff and trying to refine the list to have
more spot
the appropriate amount of interaction in the early game.
Yeah, because you need early interaction against these Cub decks.
Yeah. Yeah, like 4 Pyroclasms out of the board and 4 Ashen's
Yeah.
Command main isn't going to get it done.
No.
But I think the deck has promise. I'm rooting for elementals, just because I'm an elementals nerd.
Yep.
So
You are. Joe just wants Omnath and Standard.
No.
Risen Reef. Give us
Risen Reef. There we go. Now we're talking. Let's go. As if the Simic colors needed any boost. I wouldn't mind to see a control deck win too, but you want to talk about anything in this win matrix?
Nah.
I don't think there's really much to know. I think one thing that you told me.
I'm just sad that Dimir midrange can never win anything.
Yeah. I mean,
has a good win rate against most things except for the Cub decks.
Yeah. So, yeah, it just kind of, I guess, just because they put so much material onto the battlefield that they eventually just roll you up, right?
Yeah.
Like, if they hit a Bant Rhythm, they're gonna get there. You only have so much spot removal.
Right. If they just run you out of answers, and then
they eventually just get to something. And yeah, makes sense. One thing I want to see. Look at that win rate. So Azorius Control has a 92% win rate against Simic Orborid. What? Is that real?
This was in Portland.
Yeah.
12 matches. Yeah.
No. That's not matches. That's the number of deck lists.
Oh, okay.
So there's 12 Azorius deck lists.
And they had a 92%.
Or no, maybe you're right. Hold on a second. No. Maybe that is matches.
I think that's matches.
So what is that? Is that 11 out of 12? I think that math works out. Yeah. Okay, so you're right. So the number underneath here in Optimus' Tom's table, Optimus' is match count. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Okay.
So yeah, still 11 out of 12. It's not bad.
It's crazy. So that's dominant. Jeskai Control only did 67%, 68%.
But then it had a 30 or less % win rate against the other top decks.
Yeah, except for Mono. It actually came out ahead against Mono Red. Boros Aggro, Silesian Landfall. It beat
3 matches there.
Horrible matchup against Bant Airbending in 11 matches. I can see that. I think that the fact that they play at Flash.
Yeah.
And they're like, I have this combo. Can you deal with it? Is interesting. So yeah, Mike Belfato, newfound local homie. He's he played his Azorius Control and he went 10-5. His last round opponent that he lost to was on Bant Airbending.
Yeah. He also went 10-5 in Atlanta.
Yeah, so he would have he probably would have queued if he won that last round.
I think so.
Yeah. And he, again, Torpor Orb, I think he's trying to develop tech to play Bant Airbending. So, like, going into this weekend, if you would have looked at the Pro Tour meta, I think that you could have come up with a pretty solid, like, blue-white control list to handle, Bant Airbending, Sultai Reanimator, and these Simic Orboroid-ish Bant Rhythm
with the
decks.
With the size of the card pool and standard, the answers are available.
Yeah. You just got to know what the meta's going to do.
Right. That's control, right?
Yeah.
You predict right or you predict wrong, and then you're...
Right. Okay. So, the metagame for Pro Tour Richmond, 15, almost 16% Simic Rhythm, 15% Bant Rhythm, 10% Sultai Reanimator, 6.5% Bant Airbending, 5% Is It Spelementals. So it's showing an Eddie Merc Crab and a Sunderflock. So Eddie Merc Crab is 5/2 blue for a 5/5 with flash. If you cast it on your opponent's turn, it comes in tapped. ETB, tap 2 target creatures. But it's an elemental.
Yes.
So I'm interested to see what this deck looks like.
And it costs
1 less for each
instant or sorcery in your graveyard. So.
Yeah. Tolarian Terror is not legal anymore, though, right? Or did they reprint that in Foundations? Let me see.
I don't think it is. I'm probably wrong, though. I don't know what's legal in Standard anymore.
Well, there's just, they printed so much stuff. Yeah, they did. They reprinted it in Foundations. So Tolarian Terror is 6 and a blue for a 5/5. Its spell costs 1 less to cast for each instant and sorcery card in your graveyard. So it can cost as little as 1 blue, and it has ward. Is it 2?
2.
Yeah. So that was reprinted in Foundation. So I would imagine Is It Spelementals is playing Tolarian Terror, Sunderflock, and Eddie Merc Crab. But then what? I'm curious to see what else it looks like. Yeah, I haven't seen one
of those lists posted. A bunch of people have posted their list on Twitter. That's not one of them.
Yeah.
Excited to see they dropped those today.
I have no idea. We'll have to take a look. And so, Is It Lessons has dropped to the 6th most played deck, 4.2%. So huge plummet from.
Yeah. Which makes sense given the recent results. So.
Yeah. I still think that it will do well. I think people did their experiment. The experiment failed. They'll probably go back to the typical way it was constructed. And I think that it will be much closer to or slightly above 50-50 because of I think people know going into the Pro Tour that Is It Lesson sucked in Portland, and people will not respect it as much in their sideboard decisions.
Yeah.
So, Dimir Mid, 3.6%. 5-color Rhythm, 2.9%. Dimir Excruciator.
What?
Pete's
I need that list. Who has that list?
Send it.
Send it over.
Yeah, turn forward Excruciator.
Yeah.
Seems good. How are they discarding it? With like Dragonstorm or something?
I don't know.
Dragonstorm?
I haven't seen the list.
Yeah.
Need this list.
Overlord of the Baelmer?
Probably Overlord. Could
and
be
then just like control effects.
Steam Core Scholar.
No, I'd imagine that it's, well, maybe. I bet it's more of like a blue-black
control.
Yeah, it's like closer to control than it is like a mid-range deck, but I could be totally wrong.
Yeah, if it's similar to the list that did well in recent challenges, then it's only has 1 Doomsday Excruciator and 2 Spider-Man. You got
only 1 Doomsday Excruciator.
Yeah, there's a couple 5-0 lists.
How are they getting it then?
Dimir control with
just consult and stuff like that?
Yeah, 4 consults and stuff. But I don't know if that's this list. I want to see this list.
That seems crazy to me. Is It Elementals? Grixis Elementals, 7 decks each. It looks like what they're calling Grixis Elementals plays Deceit, and Is It Elementals does not play Deceit. So we'll have to see what that actually looks like.
Well, I believe the Grixis Elementals also plays Not Dead After All.
Okay.
Saw some people post the list on Twitter.
Yeah.
They're playing.
So super excited. The gentlemen they're probably drafting right now, right? They're getting close to, if they haven't started already, they're getting close to.
Yeah, what time is it? 9
a.m. It's 9:58.
What time was start time? 9?
Usually you got to be there by like 9:30. I want to say. So they're probably it's either, I think it's 9 o'clock. They'll do announcements and then they'll start the draft. Yeah. So they're probably building their decks right now.
Yeah,
I would assume.
I'll have to check that out.
But then other 30%, that's a big chunk compared to Pro Tours of the past, right? Like, and I think that's a product of how close we are still to the release of Lorwyn. They're still trying to people are still trying to figure out what's best. I mean, it's just like pretty lopsided, right? Like 30% of the decks are essentially, they're trying to break up the difference between Simic Rhythm and Bant Rhythm. There's no difference between those decks. They're doing the same thing. Like the two key cards are Badgermole Cub and Nature's Rhythm. Like they're doing
Correct.
the
So
same thing.
is the Bant list here? Are they on Bright Lights Gearhulk, or that's the 4-color list? Probably another.
No. So there's 5-color, which I think is legit playing like Overlord of the Bailmerk or something like that. Bant Rhythm, I would assume, is like Wild the Ruse list, and then Simic Rhythm is
The Simic
with Ouroboros,
yeah.
But maybe not as many anymore. And I think everybody would have learned that. Everybody's been taught like Ouroboros, like people you want to just go get Craterhoof Behemoth.
Yep.
You don't care about Simic, or you don't care about Ouroboros. A lot of the times people are just going and getting Badgermole Cub.
Yep.
Um,
yeah, most matches I played, they rhythm for a cub, rhythm for another cub,
and then
rhythm for
Craterhoof.
yeah.
So I think that's a general consensus that everybody knows. So this, in my view, this metagame is super lopsided. It's like you have, a little over a third of the metagame is like these Cub rhythm decks.
It's
right?
probably closer. Well, yeah.
A little over a third.
I'd say.
And then you have a third that are trying out these like
new cards.
Tier 1, Tier 1.5 decks. Assault Tide Reanimator and Airbending, probably the most consistent of those. I mean, Izzet Lessons obviously has its pedigree, but it saw a drop because of its recent performance. So again, a third of the decks are like pseudo have history, or a little bit of performance from the RC, and then you have a third of the format that's just like, I'm still trying to figure it out. Like, so I don't know. It's interesting to try to see what people are trying to do.
Yeah, 40-something% Cub decks, I think, right?
30. Well, if you include Airbending, yeah. So 30.7. And
then whatever.
31's 37.2. So yeah, 40.1% of the metagame.
Plus whatever.
Plus whatever's another.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I had to guess, it's the metagame is 50% Cub decks. Right? Like, yeah. 45% Cub decks? I don't know.
Love it. I'm here for it.
Ban!
No, we don't talk about bans on this.
No.
On this show.
Look, I'm not hating on it. I think it's fine. But
no, but we'll see. If top 8's all Cub decks, they probably will do something. We have a ban window in February, so
yeah.
See if I don't know if it's before or after Milwaukee. I don't remember, but we'll see if everything changes.
So what's your pick for what's winning this?
Dimir Excruciator.
Stop it. So that's what you want to win.
That's what I want to win.
That's what you want to win. Okay, that's what you want to win. I can get behind that. Yeah, what do you think will win?
I say that without seeing the list.
Just to clarify.
To clarify. I haven't seen the list yet.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
I'll go with Reanimator.
Reanimator? Yeah. I can get behind that. I think Reanimator's a strong pick. I want to see the Izzet Spelementals list. I would be happy with any of the Elementals list doing well. Just because I'm an Elemental nerd. Yeah, of course. That would be so sick. But the performance that Bant Airbending put up at the RC, and I think people know that Airbending was a good enough deck.
Yeah.
Right. So we didn't see we saw it win Atlanta, okay, and then we saw at the RC it had these crazy performances from day 1 to day 2, and then it had the same number of top 32 slots as the Ouroboros rhythm decks.
Yep.
Right. So obviously it didn't win, but still overall very strong performance there. Um, I think that airbending is a little bit harder to play than rhythm, right? Because rhythm is like make mana smash face with a Crater of Behemoth
Yep.
or an Ouroboros. Um, I mean, obviously the toolbox features that they have now make it a little bit more interesting to play, but
Yeah, I had a match yesterday against the Bant deck. I think it was either turn 2 or turn 3. Turn 3, Bright Glass Gear Hulk, get a go get a Mockingbird. Turn 4, Bright Glass Gear Hulk, go get another Mockingbird. Turn 5, Bright Glass Gear Hulk, go get another Mockingbird.
because you were just playing Demir mid,
Yeah.
so he was just trying to run you out of cards.
Yeah.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's a sick play pattern. Um, I'm a little torn between one of these rhythm decks. I think I would give the I think Airbending will do it, but I wouldn't be surprised if one of the 4 or 5 color rhythm decks did it as well.
Right.
Um, just for the reason you just mentioned, they have these very absurd, like they have all this mana.
Yeah.
And they can use that mana to just go do absurd things with Mockingbird and Gearhulk.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nuts.
So
I had a Doomwake stream on, and he brought up the fact that 3 years ago, right? We we were banning turn 5 plays in standard. Invoke Despair
Invoke Despair,
of a
yeah.
turn 5 play.
Fable the Mirror Breaker,
Yeah.
Invoke Despair, broken.
3 years ago,
Ban
and
'em.
then just 3 years later, we're making 10 mana on turn 3.
Turn 3 kills in standard. Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
What a time. So, well, we'll see. So, okay, so
5 years of Landwar Elves.
yeah, 4 more to go.
Yeah.
You think they'll just keep Landwar Elves in standard? I honestly,
I don't see why not.
I honestly see why they have pulled Pioneer out of like the rotation, because I think Pioneer would look so much like standard, and it would expose Wizards' excessive power creep in these recent formats.
That, and it doesn't sell packs.
Oh, Pioneer.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's probably true, but I think it would, yeah. I think it would show. Like I think these like Pioneer. I haven't paid attention to Pioneer data, but I think that if like competitive minds were focused on innovating Pioneer, it would just be like Vivi, Simic, crazy soup.
Well, yeah, there is a lot of is it with the banned standard cards doing well in Pioneer.
Right, like is Cat Oven combo gonna be enough? Like
No.
is I mean is Thoughtseize? I mean Thoughtseize is probably gonna be a difference maker. But is it just gonna go into like Saltire Reanimator?
Maybe.
Like you think of the control decks, right? Like how much better is Supreme Verdict than Day of Judgment? Doesn't really make that much of a difference in Pioneer and in Standard, really. No. Will the blue-white Planeswalkers make a difference? Maybe a little bit, but I still don't like Wandering Emperor into Fairy Hero Denominator. I mean, they're good, but I don't know.
Elspeth's great.
Yeah, so we'll see. Yeah, I think it's just an interesting thought experiment.
So what you're saying is you don't think Pioneer's ever coming back?
No, I think that they'll find a way, even if it's with Pioneer Masters.
Well, they'll definitely do it then if they can make money off of it.
Yeah, you think Pioneer Masters will become a thing? Well, because the thing is that like Modern has become what Legacy used to be. Legacy is a non-supported format. People still want to play it, but and there's still Eternal Weekend where people play
Right.
Legacy, but like as we accrue new members to the community, there's not any like local Legacy stuff really going on to draw people into playing Legacy.
Right, and the
So like people that
access
started
to the
playing Magic 5-10 years ago, yeah, they'll maybe still play Legacy. But people who started playing Magic 2 years ago, they will not play Legacy ever. They're gonna play Commander. Maybe they get pulled into Standard. If they get pulled into Standard, maybe one of us old heads convinces them to play Modern.
right.
So Modern has essentially become Legacy.
Yep.
And at some point, I think Pioneer is just gonna become Modern, right? Like
Yeah, that makes sense.
so I don't know.
I mean,
And
the legacy is also access to cards issue too, right? So
yeah, you can, yeah, like, and people are like, oh, but the local stores let you play proxies. It's like, okay, local stores let you do that, but I don't know.
right, we're trying to play competitive Magic here.
Yeah, yeah, like, oh, Mike. So Mike's been playing poker at the dog track,
Yep.
and I guess he won
Yeah.
a
Yeah.
little
You told
while
us.
ago.
Yeah.
He was like, yeah, I won like $2,000. He's like, maybe I should just play poker more other than Magic. He's like, I just play it for fun, but he said, speaking of legacy cards, he's like, yeah, I bought a beta Chandra for
Yep.
twenty-five
Yeah.
hundred
He
bucks or
showed that
whatever.
to
I'm
me
just like,
on Wednesday.
dude, we're talking about standard decks that cost $800 and like
Right.
complaining about that, and then you talk about duels,
Yeah.
and whatever,
Right. And
Tabernacle, Pendervale, and all this other shite.
there's a limited number of duels in the world.
Yeah. Unless you live with a printer and just printing cards, dude, and selling fakes.
We'll edit that out.
No, of course I'm not. I don't. Yeah, but obviously fakes are going around. Like I try. Somebody was gonna sell me a time twister. They were
Yeah.
like, "Yeah, you want this time twister? It's $5,000." I'm like, "Wait a second, that's like a $12,000 or $15,000 card." And of course, it was a fake.
Yeah.
But
I had a couple fakes come through the shop the other day.
oh, you did? What kind?
It was nothing real expensive, but
Oh,
it just
how'd you catch them? You could feel it or something?
yeah, I could see it. I checked most cards that are over $10 anyway. So
You got your little loop,
yep.
your little loop-de-loop.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes. This is off.
Yeah.
It was way fake.
So again, dude, I'm glad that the local scene has seen a little bit of an uptick in the number of standard players we're getting.
Yeah, we get
Hopefully.
12 plus each Wednesday. It's been great.
Pretty nice. Hopefully we can kind of continue to grow that, hone those guys into some lethal folks. Get them to the RC.
Yeah.
Get them slaying. Yeah, again, good luck to Victor, Damien, and Ivan in Richmond. Gonna watch some coverage today. I gotta pick up my son from daycare early today, so I'll be probably just chilling with him, convincing him to watch that with me. He'll probably be like, "This is bullcrap. Put on
Bluey.
Baby Shark." Yeah, yeah, but probably Bluey. But you know what? My 3-year-old likes to watch more than anything. You would never guess. He loves Anacondas, and not the new Anacondas with Jack Black, which is hilarious, by the way.
Oh, that movie was
He
so funny.
he likes the old school, like scary Anacondas, and he's just like, it's not real, Dad. It's fake. It's great.
That's awesome. You saw the new one?
Oh my gosh, bro, it's so funny.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so funny.
I've seen been to the movies every week for the past I think 3 weeks.
Oh, good for you, dude. The joy of
saw Anaconda, then we saw Bone Temple, which was amazing.
That's a new 28 weeks later.
Yeah.
28 years,
Yeah.
whatever.
It was really good. If you haven't seen it, go see it. And then I saw Return to Silent Hill.
Another scary movie?
Yeah, don't go see that.
Okay. What was The Maid? The Good Maid?
You saw that.
Yeah, it was Sydney Sweeney.
Yeah, I haven't seen that yet.
That was actually a good movie. I'd recommend that.
So
go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, you go.
Demir Excruciator.
All right,
for
we'll
the
see.
win.
For the win.
If not, Reanimator. And you said what? Ban Airbending?
I think Airbending will do it, but I wouldn't be surprised just because of the numbers on Rhythm.
Or one of the 4 or 5 color lists.
Yeah, same.
Or Elementals. You'd like to see.
I want Elementals to win, but I think
see Victor win.
Yeah, that'd be sick. I think he would too.
Or Damien. Or
I want one of the homies to win. That would be just glorious.
Yes.
Then we'll have to like pay him to come on the show. They're like, I'm a Pro Tour. I'm above your 43 follower podcast.
Can we afford that?
No, we can't. It'll be a tax write-off or something. No.
What are you gonna play in Milwaukee?
So yeah, I'm gonna play Blue White Control or Elementals.
Okay.
I think if kind of just depending upon how it feels over the course of the next few weeks with our testing, and like if I can get sufficient reps in there, I'll give it a go. Yeah, I think that's really it.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna take the deck that does well in challenges but doesn't win anything else.
Dimir mid.
Yep.
What else could you play? What else could we build you? Like, would you rock Dimir Excruciator if it slaps this weekend?
Yeah.
You got the cards for Dimir Excruciator?
Yeah, I'm gonna wait and see what happens this weekend.
Yeah. But we don't have the stuff for Airbending, right?
No.
Yeah. It seems fun.
Yeah.
Like if I think I would consider playing Airbending, like if I had the cards. I don't have the cards. So
no,
because that deck seems super fun to me.
I'm not buying Cubs.
Yeah, and that's I just like, I don't know, kind of as foolish as that sounds, or like
it's probably dumb.
as boomer and as greedy as it sounds.
Right.
Like we're playing this game and we're like not gonna play the obviously best card in standard just because it costs $70.
Right.
You know what? Whether or not we can afford it or whatever, we're just like, it's not the Great Depression. Just spend $70, dude.
Right.
Yeah. Check us out, YouTube, Spotify, follow, subscribe.
Yeah.
Check us out on Blue Sky and
Twitters.
Tweet. Gotta check out. We really do have to set up a Facebook. I think I should just do that, and then we can start dropping it into the groups. Social media is an absolute cesspool right now.
Love it.
Well, if you've listened to us this long, we really appreciate it. Again, rest in peace, Kai.
Yeah, rest in peace to the GOAT.
Good luck, everybody else.
All right, my guys. See y'all next week.